Napoleon Bonaparte conquered Europe. He defeated empires. He overthrew monarchs. But there's one enemy he could never beat, a horde of rabbits. Yes, this is real. And yes, it was one of his most ridiculous public embarrassments. In 1807, after signing the Treaty of Tilsit with Russia, Napoleon wanted to celebrate. So he told his chief of staff, "Let's throw a grand hunt, a rabbit hunt. Outdoors, food, wine, nobles, generals. Just a day of imperial fun." His men got to work. They planned a big feast and arranged for hundreds of rabbits to be released in the fields for Napoleon and his officers to chase down on horseback. Everything was perfect, except one tiny problem. They didn't get wild rabbits. They bought tame ones, rabbits that were used to humans, rabbits that were fed by humans. So when Napoleon and his men arrived, armed and ready, and the cages were opened, something completely insane happened. The rabbits didn't run. They charged. Hundreds of fluffy little bodies sprinted straight at Napoleon's hunting party. At first, everyone laughed. Then it got weird. The rabbits swarmed his legs, jumped into carriages, climbed onto uniforms. Napoleon tried to swat them away with a riding crop. His men tried to chase them off with sticks. Some even fired their guns into the air. But the bunnies didn't care. They kept coming. Imagine it. The most feared man in Europe, retreating under a wave of hopping, fuzzy attackers. Napoleon fled in his carriage, still swatting at rabbits. He escaped, but the legend didn't. Historians say up to 3,000 rabbits were released that day, and once they saw humans, they assumed it was feeding time. So instead of prey, Napoleon became the buffet. The story spread fast, and while no serious military consequences followed, it became one of the most humiliating footnotes in his career. Not a battle, not a coup, just rabbits. History remembers Napoleon for his tactics, his campaigns, his rise and fall. But sometimes, even emperors get humbled. And sometimes, it takes nothing more than an army of rabbits. If you like stories where the powerful get pounced, where war meets ridiculous misfire, you're in the right empire. Subscribe to The Brief Empire for more unbelievable true history, one ridiculous twist at a time. Because history isn't just bloody, sometimes it's just funny.